We are answering your questions about voting and election 2020 with Guilford County Board of Elections Director Charlie Colicutt. Remember, you can text us your questions. The number there is at the bottom of the screen. All right, so this question here is, how is election day voting going to look any different than early voting?
It's going to look a lot similar. It won't be as big of a scale because early voting sites just are bigger. And then instead of getting checked in on computers, voters just check in on more of an old-fashioned registration book. And that's about it.
Okay. This question is, why did the ballot this year not allow voters to vote a straight party ticket?
Yeah, so in North Carolina, the legislature took that off as an option. It's been a couple of years now that we haven't had it, but that was done by the General Assembly.
This person asked, how can I find out if my vote has been counted?
If it's an absentee ballot, then ballot tracks would have it if it's accepted. I know there's a site we link off our website that takes you to the State Board of Elections website. You can look up your registration information, and if it's an early or an absentee vote, you can see you can see it on there. As far as when we get to election day, you know, there's nothing on election day that can tell you that.
Is the North Carolina State Board of Elections voter registration site a better or more accurate way to see it than ballot tracks?
Ballot tracks is good if it was a by mail ballot, and that's the only way to know. But I know ballot tracks data is not always perfect or as fast as what we would like. So if it's an early vote, then ballot tracks is not going to help you. If it's a by mail vote, then I would try both.
Okay, we got two different questions here. Is it too late to register to vote?
It is too late to register to vote for election day or a by mail ballot. There is tonight and then till 7:30, and then Saturday is the last day you could do a same day registration at early voting, and that is it.
Okay, so your last time to register to vote is tonight until 7:30 or tomorrow during early voting, and that is it. This person said, I was a registered voter in 2012. I haven't voted since then. I checked my voter status and it said inactive. Does that mean I'm registered? And I've moved in the past year. Does that count for anything?
Right, so you'll be okay. There's a little bit of extra paperwork you're going to have to do, but if you're inactive, that's okay. You can still vote as long as it's all been within Guilford County. I would call the Board of Elections office and try to figure out where you're supposed to go. If you go to your old precinct you'd always voted at, they can do some paperwork for you and send you to the new place. There's also a process where you can go to your new polling place directly if you know what it is. If
you've moved though from one county to another?
If you've moved from one county to another, then it is too late to register in Guilford County, and you'd have to try something in that other county.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so someone's asking, why don't they start counting absentee ballots right now?
We are counting them right now and saving the data. We're doing that week by week so that on election day we can do a big final tabulation and release results in a timely manner. Other states do it differently, but we're counting, but we're not tabulating right now.
And that is a big difference, and not every single state does it that way.
Right. Some states have to wait until election day before they can even touch their absentee by mail ballots. Here in North Carolina, we're allowed to do it in batches as we go. We just cannot release any results until 7:30 on election day.
Some folks are saying, if I've done a mail-in ballot and I want to make sure it gets there, but I've heard that they've extended it until the 12th, should I mail it or should I drop it off?
Well, either way, if you can get it to early voting today until 7:30 tonight, or on to our Board of Elections office by election day, then do that. If you can mail it, I would try to get it postmarked. Yeah, currently the courts are allowing it to be accepted until November 12th, but it still has to have a postmark of election day. So that's your call on what is easier or what you think can happen sooner.
This person says, what do you do if you have not received your absentee ballot as of yet?
If you haven't received your absentee ballot right now, I think the best course of action is to go vote tomorrow at early voting or go on election day. Because then that will get you, just guarantee that your vote is in, and then we don't have to worry about that absentee ballot anymore. And you can do both. You won't get dinged for having a ballot sent to you if you go to vote on election day. But if that ballot does come, don't go vote it too.
Right. And if you've got an absentee ballot, but you decide you want to go to the polls, you can do that.
That's right. If you want to go vote early tomorrow or go on election day, you can, but don't fill out the ballot and go vote on election day.
All right. Does early voting end tomorrow night? Yes and no. It ends tomorrow.
Ends tomorrow at 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock.
Yeah, and I believe that is across the board. Everybody is stopping early voting early tomorrow. It stops at 3.
That's right. That is the state statute that it is 3 o'clock on the final Saturday.
All right. You've got a lot of stuff going on, and we appreciate you taking out the time to answer the voters' questions. Thank you so much, Charlie.
Thank you so much.